Now we are going into one more law, that is called as Gay-Lussac's law. In above conditions, two conditions like Boyle's law as well as Charles' law, what we have done in Boyle's law, we have kept temperature constant. In Charles' law, we have kept pressure constant. And there is one more law that is called as Gay-Lussac's law. What does it say? It says that at constant volume, we are keeping volume constant for a given mass of gas, and mass is also fixed constant. What happens then? Pressure is directly proportional to temperature. If you increase the temperature, what happens? Automatically, the gas molecules gains more energy and they will exert more pressure on the walls. This is a simple example what we can see in our seasons. Suppose if you see in winter season, instead of that, go for summer season first. Summer season, in the evening session, in morning while coming to the school or college, you feel that your cycle tube with entire air. What happens? Due to the outside atmospheric pressure is very high, temperature is very high, the gas molecules inside the tire, they will absorb the energy and they will exert more pressure on the walls of the tube so that it bursts. Okay, suppose the same case while going to home in winter season, you fill up your cycle tubes or bike tubes with gases, air. If you place it in home, the outside temperature will be cold during night times, right? So what happens? Due to decrease in temperature, the molecules will lose their energy and they will come close together, so that the tube shrinks in this size. If you see in the morning, you will be thinking that there is no air in the tube. Okay, that is not due to that, it is due to the outside atmosphere is very less. So it is directly proportional. If you increase the temperature, the pressure of the gases will be increased. If you decrease the temperature, the pressure will be decreased. As the volume is constant, if volume is constant, that type of graphs it is called as isochore. Whenever these two are directly proportional, the line will be passing through the origin. If you plot the graph with respect to pressure and temperature, you are having three V's. Now calculate which is greater. In the same way what we have done here, PV is equal to nRT. Calculate here, so K will be equal to nR by V, more the slope, lesser the volume. So volume 3 will be greater compared to 2 compared to 1. And if you plot the graph applying logs, so log P will be equal to log K plus log T. The graph will be in this pattern. Based on this, we are solving one question, students. A gas cylinder can bear a maximum capacity of 15 atmospheres. So more than 15 it can't bear. You are taking a cylinder in such a pattern. If container gas is at 10 atmospheres. In container there is a gas which is giving the pressure of 10 atmospheres. When temperature is 27 degrees centigrade, at 27 degrees centigrade, the pressure exerted is 10 atmospheres. If fire breakups, means what he is indicating, it has crossed the limit of 15 atmospheres, right? At what temperature cylinder burst? Okay, so initial pressure is 10, temperature is 300. This is what where the cylinder is present. If it is bursting, means it has been crossed the limit. So pressure will be 15. What is T2? And you already know that P1 by T1 will be equal to P2 by T2. So it is 10 by 300, 15 by T2. So T2 will be 450 Kelvin. And we are going to take one more law, and this is the last law for this class, and that is called as Avogadro's law. See, in this you are keeping all the terms constants instead of number of particles. Under similar conditions of temperature, temperature is constant, pressure is constant, and volume is also constant. See, under similar conditions of temperature, pressure, equal volumes, this volume, let me take this is a room, big room. In that you are having three containers, each of 50 ml, 50 ml, 50 ml. You are keeping oxygen gas in this, hydrogen gas in this, and O3 gas in this. Okay. If you say how many particles are present in each, means equal number of particles will be present. That is what it is saying. So 50 ml of O2 contains that many particles equal to the number of H2 particles. And that will be equal to the number of O3 particles. That is what the Avogadro's law is saying. Suppose if you increase the more number, it will be increasing in the proportionality only. The increment will be in terms of proportionality. Means suppose you are having 1 mole, it is a 1 mole you are having here. You take it as 1 mole, here 1 mole. See, if you all are having 50 ml, all will be having 1 mole. Right? If you increase to 100, this one will be 2 moles. Or if you take 2 moles, that will occupy 100 ml. That means you are increasing the volume, means you are increasing the number of particles. Or if you are increasing the number of particles, means you are increasing the volume. So indirectly he is telling volume is directly proportional to the number of particles. Okay, N can be taken as number of particles or number of moles. So based on this, we will be solving one question, students. I will be sending you PDF. In that PDF, I will be asking you to solve the questions in our module, whatever they are present. I will be mentioning the question numbers. Within 10 to 15 minutes, you will be getting the question. So, I am taking a container. It is consisting of 16 grams of oxygen, another container with 1 gram of oxygen. 1 gram of hydrogen. So, these are the options. Calculate the answer. Suppose temperature is constant, pressure is constant. Here also temperature is constant, pressure is constant. If you calculate the number of particles, how you will be doing? Number of particles are number of moles. It is weight by molecular weight, right? We are taking 60 grams. 16 grams by what is the O2 molecular weight? It is 32. You know, each oxygen is 16. 2 oxygens, 32. And next one, oxygen, suppose you are going for H2. Weight by molecular weight. How much weight you are taking? 1 gram. How much molecular weight it is there? H2 you are having, right? So 2 H's. So it is 2. 16 by 2 it is 1 by 2. NH2 is 1 by 2. So temperature, pressure, volume are constant and the number of particles also will be constant. So 16 grams contains half mole. 1 gram contains half mole. So the volume will be equal. So volume occupied by the oxygen will be equal to the volume occupied by the hydrogen. So these are the last students: Boyle's law, Charles law, Gay-Lussac's law and Avogadro's law. These are the 4 laws, and based on this we will be having the questions in the PDF form. Right. Thank you.